YouTube user Zeke the Antique Freak here. We're into a John Deere 2-cylinder governor rebuild. Anyway, I've got it tore down here. To get this off, you have to pay attention to the bolts. They're not all the same in this particular application. You have to take the cover off with the breather on it over top of the crankshaft. You have to take that off because there's an oil supply line goes onto here, and before you take it apart. And to be able to get the guts out of it, you have to take this lever off of here. It's self-explanatory how to get it back. There's marks, and that's not so bad. I had to do a little heating on there to get that one off. In this case here, the bushing there is good. We're happy with that. This has a 4-bolt cover as compared to the A. This is a model B, R, and it has a 4-bolt cover instead of a 5. So there, but the system is very similar, just scaled down. So there's 3 bearings on this little critter. There's this bearing in here. These bearings are rough, and one ball was missing. It's been apart before, and somebody had lost a ball out of the bearing, and it's been put back together with a little bit of a shortfall. There's another fly ball thrust here, this little bearing. I've got the balls out of it. They started coming out in the solvent tank, and it's rough too, and it'll need replaced. There's a 3rd bearing back in here. I haven't had any problem with those. This one it's just going to get reused. This is on the magneto drive side here. So that one's going to get reused. This one has to be replaced, and this one has to be replaced. And now this is the cage and all my spare balls that'll have to go back in, or in this case here, it's best just to replace them. And so once you've got all that apart, the reason to take this arm off is you have to be able to rotate this little governor part here, the little fork, and so that you can fish the parts out. So I've done a bunch of cleaning, got that in good order. Have to have it clean enough for paint later on. So now there's different snap rings here to take this apart. There's one snap ring there, and this is on with a keyway, and there's another snap ring there if you had to get to the next bearing. And this spring assembly here just keeps the whole thing tensioned towards this bearing here, this end thrust bearing. And anyway, so they're not cheap. Canadian dollars, 95 bucks for this bearing, and $95 for that bearing. So it's not a cheap thing, but I have seen this fail to the point where these balls are laying down in the crankcase, and you have to fish all those out there and replace the bearings. So there's quite a bit of play on the weights here, but it'll be okay for what we're doing. And I've got a little bag full of parts. Like I say, there's some bolts. You won't be able to see it through the bag here, but some of these bolts have a shoulder on them to keep this housing oriented properly. Anyway, that's about it. So just a bunch of heating and pulling and changing out, and we'll get this governor back like new. Zeke the Antique Freak, over and out.